Hi everyone, welcome to episode number 14 of the Bike Library TV, the most passionate bike review show on the internet. My name is Chi Zhang, and today I'm so excited to present you this Giant Defy 3 2009. Before that, as usual, enjoy this little montage that I prepared you. Speaking of road bike, it generally has 4 different categories: the racing-inspired road bike, endurance-level road bike, aero bike, as well as triathlon-specific road bike or tri-bike. Each different road bike serves 4 different purposes, and endurance-level road bike specifically is built for comfort as well as versatile. So this Giant Defy 3, for those of you who don't know, is an endurance-level road bike. And the main difference for this endurance level road bike is generally they have a higher head tube. This Giant Defy 3 has a 20 centimeter head tube right here, and also the chainstay is longer as well. This Giant Defy 3 has a 38 centimeter chainstay, and most importantly, it has more tire clearance. This Giant Defy 3 is compatible with 28 millimeter tires. And the endurance level, they're also built for versatility, so you can take it to a 5 to 6 hour century rides, or you can take it out for a spin with your club members, or you can take it out to climb a hill. So it's built for versatility and comfort. Also, I do recommend this endurance level like Giant 3 road bike, because part of it because it has a slightly higher head tube, and it doesn't put so much strain on your lower back. So for those of you who are first getting into cycling, it's better to go for endurance level road bike. Or if you're preparing for a triathlon distance training or races, it's also good. In fact, the previous rider for this bike is a triathlete, and he took this bike to many races with him. And another feature that he specifically likes is this sub brake lever that you can see over there, which we're going to cover in a bit later. The Giant Defy has 3 different categories: the Defy Advance, which features carbon frame; the Advance Alliance, which features the mixture of carbon as well as the aluminum frame; and the third one is the Defy, which is 100% aluminum frame. And the Defy Aluminum features 3 different categories: Defy 1, Defy 2, Defy 3, and they're split into 3 different categories because of 3 different levels of components offered. The frame on this Giant Defy 3 is actually very impressive. It's very lightweight, and it features really good forming techniques as well as welding techniques. It's for those of you who don't know, Giant has really good aluminum technology. They're split into 3 different grades: the ALUX SLR, the ALUX SL, as well as the ALUX. This Giant Defy 3 has the ALUX SL, which is a mid-level technology, and it features 6061 aluminum with double butted as well as warm forming. Warm forming is really good because it's able to give you 300% elongation at around 250 degrees Celsius. And the welding is the double pass smooth welding without sanding as well as filling. So it's very, very smooth, especially at the edges, and you can actually feel it. It's very good to feel, and it's also great to look at as well. So a good material transfer to be lighter weight, and which makes the whole bike feels very light and give you more power on the road. And a great forming technique as well as welding technique transfer to be more stability and makes the whole bike feels more comfortable when you're riding on the road. The components featured on this Giant Defy 3 is reasonably good. Some online review reported that the wheels on this bike, the Kendra wheels, can be a bit heavy, and it possibly can be replaced. And the drivetrain used here is the Shimano 2200 with 3 chain rings at the front and 9 speed at the back. It's not Sora or Tiago, it's just Shimano 2200. It's got 27 gears in total, so it's really versatile in that way. I have to be honest, when I first got this bike, I immediately noticed there is a bit of delay in shifting, especially at the front derailleur. So I took it back and I adjusted the derailleur, the front derailleur myself. I tuned up the high and low limiting screws, did some indexing as well, but I still found that in order to make the shift, you have to push the lever all the way in order to stimulate good shifting. And it's not crispy or fast, but you really have to push it all the way and it will shift. So it shifts and it works. It's not fast, and it's just one of those things that you probably will need to get used to with time, just to push the gear lever all the way to make sure it shifts. And one other feature I really like about this bike is the sub brake lever on the handlebar. When I first got into cycling, I have to admit that I felt really awkward. It's not convenient because every time I want to brake, I have to go to the drop to brake. I can't even brake right here. And although I got used to it, but at the beginning I really didn't get used to it. So this bike features the brake on the main handlebars, so you don't need to go to the drop. So you can brake right here, you can brake on the drop. It's very versatile. So that's one thing I really do love this. Let's do some measurement numbers. The frame of this bike is a size L, so it fits any riders in between the height of 5'11" to 6'2". The measurement as it stands, the stack is 72 centimeters, the reach is 52 centimeters, and finally, with all the components as well as the parts on this bike weighs only just under 9.9 kilograms or 21.8 pounds. Again, as I mentioned earlier, Giant makes really impressive frames, and this Giant Defy 3 is no exception. The numbers never lies. So coming down to the end of this video, I just want to go through some points that we discussed today on this bike. We talked about different levels of road bike. There's race bike, there's endurance level, and this Giant Defy 3 is the endurance level road bike that's designed for comfort as well as versatility. And also we talked about different grades of aluminum material used on the Giant, and this one is a very, very lightweight, and it has really good techniques as well. And also the components featured on this bike are reasonably good, and I especially love the sub brake lever that you can see on the handlebar. Anyone who's looking to cycling or they need a bike to get into long distance, such as the triathlon distance races, feel free to check out the endurance level road bike and the Giant Defy 3. I assure you, you will not be disappointed. With that being said, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel for more reviews that is to come.